Phone calls, I make rich look richer. Just save your breath, baby, I'm not going home with ya. Mini skirt on. Phone calls, I make rich look richer. Just save your breath, baby, I'm not going home with ya.
Take it, I'm getting it back. And if they hit me text, I'm making hit after hit after hit. And I promise you, boy, every one of them slap. Hop on a verse and I body it quick. They never work and it's why we don't mix. I don't got time for the fake, and I swear that I'll always stay real, something they never did. Oh, they saying that I'm up next. I told them that I'm up next.
Here under the lights for game number Friday night. It's Sylvania Northview, the Wildcats, taking on the Ashland Arrows on your smartphone, TV, PC, tablet, and a smart device that you have, and it's coming your way next.
Instead of paying for some big-name spokesperson, Kasasa Checking gives that money back to you in cash rewards. In fact, just bought me this cup of coffee. See how that works? Amazing! Free checking, cash rewards. Take back banking with Kasasa.
Having Frito-Lay variety packs is a lot like having kids. You get a lot of flavor packed into small packages. And it's impossible to pick a favorite. Whoa! Yeah, definitely impossible to pick a favorite.
Frito-Lay variety packs, packed with possibilities.
We welcome you inside the Scout Construction pregame for this game number 2 of our football Friday night doubleheader between the Sylvania Northview Wildcats and the Ashland Arrows. Travis Berardi back here with Jesse Ryder as we get right into our pregame show. Let's take a look at our team spotlights first for the Wildcats of Sylvania Northview.
Carson O'Brien, and number 23, Aiden Howman.
Sylvania Northview last season, they were a squad that made it to a district final before falling to St. Francis de Sales 1-0. They only gave up a goal a game, scored just under 3 goals per game. But I think we're going to head it down to the field for the playing of back here inside the Scout Construction pregame show. Last year, Sylvania Northview, they finished 10-6-2, and like I said, they were district runners-up to St. Francis de Sales. They lose their 4 top scores, Jesse.
Yeah, the record, we talked about this with the girls team as well, the record in these types of teams is always a little misleading because it's such and they play each other, Anthony Wayne, Southview, North, but the other team loses to, you try and make sense of all of it, but it just, they're so competitive, so closely matched, and just so good that you can never really tell how good they really are until you get to tournaments. And so they've got a good group, but they lost quite a few key players. So it'll be kind of interesting to see how do they shape up tonight, how do they get out here and match up, and they got a lot of goals to try and find from last year's team.
And Danny Bushrow will be the player that, kind of needs to step up. He was the 5th leading scorer last year, 5th on the team in goals, 5th in points, and he is the highest scorer returning as we are underway here for this.
Yeah, and for Ashland, they're starting 2 freshmen in there, so it'll be interesting. We've talked about this youthfulness all night. 2 freshmen that are probably 2 of the biggest players on the court. We were on the field. We talked about this youthfulness, but I think one of the keys for Ashland is they got to grow up, and they got to grow up in a hurry, but they're already they're physically already there, but it's just going to be, can you adjust to the varsity game, and can they eliminate those mistakes? Can they play at a high level? And then ultimately, can they create some opportunities for their team?
Ashland in the black kits going from right to left. Northview, white kits, left to right. As the Arrows trying to get it in here, Luke Driscoll dishes it off. Left side, that's Braden Martin.
It's a good battle in the corner there. Obviously, Ashland's got a couple players who've got some size, so it'll be interesting to see how do they utilize that. Bit of a big throw, but might run out for a goal kick.
And that's exactly what's going to happen.
Past the end line by the Arrows, going to be a goal kick for Northview.
Ashland undoubtedly has some talented players out there, and then they have some players capable of doing a lot of great things. So it'll be, it's going to be a moment. Can they figure things out on the fly? Can they make the adjustments necessary to compete at this level? Obviously, missing a few seniors. We talked about a couple injuries that they've encountered, but that's the nature of the game. Good high press there by Sebastian Roberts.
That'll be an Ashland throw-in. So you see early on the pressure's been applied by the Arrows.
Obviously, we talked about Ashland being young, but still one of the best teams in the area. They're certainly going to compete for being the top team. A bit of a careless throw in there. He's going to get a chance to do it again.
Another throw in by Brady.
And much better this time.
It's going to be headed out of bounds, and yet another throw-in.
And threw it right to Northview again there, so you want to clean that up a little bit. Sometimes you just got to figure out ways to not turn the ball over, and throw-ins can be problematic sometimes for some teams.
And a quick run out here now for Northview. That's Jackson Baby. Good slide tackle, though. It's going to be a goal kick. Braden Martin able to deflect it off of the Northview offensive player. Smart play.
Yeah, it was good speed by both players, and Jackson certainly had some pace going down the line there, and he recovered nicely and somehow ended up with a goal kick. I'm not quite sure. It must have slid in and
I think it might have deflected it off of that offensive player.
There's freshman Gary George on the ball right now. Just a big ball away. Took a little bit of a knock there. Welcome to the high school, young man. Northview does well to kind of keep this field wide and open the game up, create some opportunities there. Good ball into space there, a bit of a heavy touch.
Yeah, just unlucky right there, but Ashland's going to kick it out. It'll be a throw-in for the Wildcats.
Gary's a big physical player. I mean, their back line, they're all just big physical players, 6'3", 6'2". Coach Hosser is telling me they've got a big young back line, so it's interesting. The biggest players out there, I think the youngest players.
Top of the box, deflected out. We're going to get a quick first corner of the night.
You saw the pace of Evan Beasley there. Just was just dribbling with some pace there. Caused a little bit of problem for Ashland. They had to deflect it out for a corner. Let's see what Northview's got drawn up here on the corner kick. There's some coaches that will right away put some corner kicks and free kick kind of plays in place. And so first game you might see something. is an interesting thought here that these two teams could potentially match. That's a good ball. It's a good goal.
Wow.
Simple.
Headed in. Aiden Brown, just like that. The Wildcats strike. It's 1-0.
And we are just 4 minutes into the match, and Northview with a good goal, a well-taken corner kick. There was some pace on that ball, and Ashland just did not have their marks followed all the way back. Easy goal. I'll say easy in terms of not being marked, but certainly the quality of the goal was good.
The easiest goal he's going to see, the easiest attempt at goal probably
Maybe,
we'll see here tonight.
Yeah, no defensive
Low
pressure.
liner is right at him.
Yeah, does well to keep it down, doesn't sail it over the goal. It's a lot of momentum and adrenaline there. Let's see how the Arrows respond after a bit of a rough start there.
In the 5th minute, it's 1-0, and just like that, Ashland right back at you. Last second, it's flicked away, though, and Northview's going to try and reverse the field.
What I was going to say before the corner kick happened is that this is a little bit of gamesmanship could happen here. That there's a chance these two could meet in the postseason, which much bigger things at stake than just kind of an opening night game. So you wonder, you maybe not show everything your first night.
Here's a chance for the Arrows. Gets into traffic, though.
I can't believe he didn't attempt for a shot there. I thought he got the angle he wanted there. I thought for sure he's going to pull the trigger.
And it's going to get cleared out. That chance is going to go out of bounds.
Braden did a good job of putting some pressure on there to take away what would have been a possession as create a throw-in from Northview.
Taken by number 8, Danny Bushrow.
Northview's got some pace and some talent there. You can see they're confident with the ball. There's some pace there. Ashland does as well. They just not kind of strung it together quite as smoothly as Northview so far. There's a good step in there. Let's see if they can get in the attacking possession.
So just over 5 minutes gone by. It's already 1-0. Played nearly back to the keeper. Get reversed around.
You heard the coach there wanted Jonah Coffey to take away that angle so they couldn't release the ball out wide and just couldn't quite cover it far enough, and able to get it wide and turn that ball out. Well, that is definitely the playmaker for Northview for sure. Just making some good runs to the Aiden Brown with the goal already. He's playing outside back, but he is not afraid to go forward and do some things there. And they've got multiple players who I think are solid defensively but comfortable with the ball at the feet. That's a top team right there.
It's an easy pickup by Justin Pancake. And again, Northview on the attack.
Yeah, Rami Jalad, again, confident. You just see that they're playing with some pace and confidence when they've got the ball at their feet. It's not hurried. It's not rushed. A little creative there by Bushrow. Let's see if Ashland can counter out of that. Yeah, they did well defensively to stay in front of the ball. Miscue there between Jonah Coffey and looks like number 12 for Ashland. Thought it was a good run in, but he was checking back and Jonah was playing him long.
Aiden Bayronson, the senior forward, number 12, him and Coffey, trying to hook up there down the left side.
Those first game miscues, and you've got a freshman who's not been in the mix at all.
Quickly played back to the keeper and cleared away. That'll be a Northview throw-in.
Ball's headed out of bounds by Ashland. Throw-in coming for Northview.
8th minute, 1-0.
Throw-in by Tyler Barron.
It's a good ball, a little bit of space there.
Right side, and just enough there to be flicked away. Back comes Ashland.
What a great tackle. Northview is just tough defensively. They're making the right decision, hard play on the ball, really working it well.
There's a flick ahead.
It's the right play there. Barrington had some space to go forward. Maybe a little bit deeper, had to turn that defender around a little bit.
It will be an Ashland throw-in, though, and it was a quick. Berenson quickly throws it in. Now Sebastian Roberts will get the throw. Hands it off to Brady Anderson.
Throwing coming from Brady Anderson.
Big collision there. That's going to be a foul against.
Yeah, he made the right call there. Sometimes they call that wrong because Northview goes down first, but definitely jumped on his back and then fell off of it.
Interesting spot here for Ashland.
Kick's going to be taken by Sebastian Roberts.
Yeah, you see if they kind of play it like a corner or if they're going to have maybe a set piece play here. They've got some numbers and size for sure.
Roberts with the kick right in the box. Keeper got a glove on it and it's cleared out.
Boy, if I'm Northview, I might be asking for a call there. Certainly your keeper went up and got it, and he got hit in the process. I like the ball that's played in by Roberts, but there's definitely some contact that did not include the ball.
So we play on here in the 10th minute. 1-0 on the header by Aiden Brown.
Maybe the first mistake there from Northview on a bad giveaway right to Jonah Coffey.
Sticking with it. Big pass ahead, deflected away, and it'll be a throw in for Northview.
Braden Mart, probably one of the tallest outside backs in the state of Ohio. Looks like he's a tough player to get by.
Great pass right side. Tries the cross, but nobody there, and Pancake jumps on it.
And Northview did everything right, but they didn't make a run into the goal. The buildup was good, the ball wide was good, and the ball in was good, but there's nobody there. They just all kind of stayed outside the box, and Ashland comes away with it.
That's what we kind of talked about in the girls' match earlier, too, is finishing plays even though if you're beat, if you don't think you're going to get it, if you continue, you never know, you might get a bounce your way. That kind of played there. If somebody was able to finish that off, it might be in the back of the net.
Yeah. Sebastian Roberts takes a bit of a knock there, gets up, appears to be okay. For the most part, Northview has just kind of controlled the rhythm of the game so far. It's been smooth. They work back to kind of the first big unnecessary ball, I think.
Headed up, who's going to get to it? Ashland will for the moment, but Northview will control it.
Jackson's got some pace on the outside. That's the right ankle.
Pass.
Good touch by Braden Martin to recover. Even Ashland thought it was a corner kick. The referees made a mess of it there.
Ball goes out of bounds by Northview. Goal kick coming for the Arrows. Going to be taken by Gary George.
Kind of bend but not break. Braden Martin continues to just stick with it and was able to just deflect it to get the goal kick.
I think Braden Martin also knew it went off him for what would have been a corner. But it's all right. They come away with the goal kick.
Big boot.
But it's right back to Northview, and Northview has proved to be pretty efficient with their possession. So there's some pace on the outside with Jackson Babuch.
Nearly had it stripped away.
Yeah, not a great ball back there. Kind of bailed him out a little bit.
Pass is entering into the 18.
Right into this attacking third area. That's a couple times they put the ball at the right place.
Even better defense there, though.
Bushrow kind of got caught a little bit flat. It's a good win there by Brown again.
Offside on Northview. Free kick coming for the Arrows.
And also, for you fans on YouTube, we want to thank you. We just surpassed 2 million views on our YouTube page.
For this game, wow.
Not for this game.
What a game.
For this game. Everybody's watching.
What a game.
Ashland. But overall,
that's great.
2 million
What a fun
views.
stat.
That's pretty cool. I don't know why 2 million people would want to listen to a bum like me, but they continue to do it. It's you that brings the people in, Jesse.
Oh, I don't know about that.
Tried to save that, but Ashland will get a throw in here. Coming up on 26 minutes left in the half, still 1-0.
Yeah, Northview's possessions, for the most part, have resulted in good opportunities. And Ashland is just not quite there yet. They've obviously got some skillful players, but the rhythm of possession right now is just not on their side.
some throw in by Brady Anderson.
Quick throw in. Though will result in a goal kick.
Line on the arrow is going to be a goal kick.
Yeah, Ashland definitely has some tough and skilled players. The rhythm of the game, I think they're not quite there yet. And certainly they've got the youthfulness. They've got some new guys, some adjustments. Missing a captain, missing another senior. There's a lot of things kind of working against them right now. But if they can figure out the flow of the game, keep the ball moving a little bit without giving it away, they're definitely going to generate some good chances.
Last year, Ashland finished as OCC runners-up. Fell to Worcester.
What a great OCC race that was. Ashland, Lexington, and Worcester, 3 phenomenal teams in the OCC last year.
But they started off 0-2, 4-0 loss to Northview at Northview. Fell to Grafton, or Midview from Grafton, 4-3. Before they really got things going, is Northview trying to get things going again here. Shot.
What a goal.
Oh,
what
wow.
Braden Sutton, just a great individual effort. A miscue from Ashland defensively that gave the ball right to Braden Sutton. He just went one-on-one and just buried it in the side net. Great skill, gate finish.
And
tough turnover for Ashland.
Too, going from his right, knocking it directly left to that open spot.
Yeah, that was good. It was good skill, good finish.
So 2-0 at the 25-minute mark of the first half.
Yeah, Northview has looked pretty dominant so far. Ashland just not getting much going forward. Good touch by Howman.
Nutmeg the man. Got it to the front, but double teamed and easily into the gloves of the keeper.
And you saw a little bit. I mean, once they connect, they're going to be okay. They're a talented team, and that time they were able to keep possession. You want your possessions to end in at least goal scoring opportunities. I think that might have been the first or second one for Ashland that's really resulted in that. Where Northview feel it's almost every other possession right now, they're getting a good chance in front of the goal.
Looking to add on here.
It's the right ball. Look at that, right on the line. Well done. Well, the pace of Jackson is really problematic. He's got that pace. He's got some skill out there. Just tough to defend.
Deflected out of bounds by Ashland.
Ashland actually deflected it out. So corner kick number 2.
Jamison Clarkson.
See if Northview has another trick up their sleeves for a goal here. Or if Ashland learned from the first one.
It's a good win by Gary George in the middle.
Okay. Right, it's not just one. One is just kind of
There's a shot on net.
Oh, my.
Just wide a pancake. Got the deflection.
Shot by Ronnie Jalad.
Jalad from distance had some
what a great
pepper
look
on that.
There's a confident look too. He wasn't just hitting that. He was definitely looking to go to goal. What a fun finish.
A little extra maple syrup on pancake that time on that shot. I had to. I'm sorry. Pancake flapjacks that one out.
Kind of came in at a weird angle. I'm a little surprised he didn't come away with it. He went for the punch save. That's the first time I've really seen Northview just kind of hit the ball and see what happens. I mean, they've been very intentional with the ball for the most part.
.22.5 minutes left in the first half. Northview, with goals by Brown and Sutton, has the 2-0 lead.
Bushrow with a bit of a miss there.
And speaking of Sutton, Sutton Bank, our scoreboard sponsor.
Oh, nice. Does he have to be player of the game then? Is that like a requirement?
Well, I think Frito-Lays are. If there's anybody named Frito, maybe.
We got Pancake. We got Coffee.
Somebody's named Chip.
That's a good ball in.
Big
well
save,
done.
though, by Pancake.
Pancake went up and got it.
tall stack there.
Pancake got flipped in the process.
Oh, boy,
Okay,
here we go.
I think
yeah,
we're good. I
there
can't.
we go.
Like,
Yeah.
The breakfast puns are enough.
We haven't even got into coffee, though. Have you had your cup of coffee yet today?
I'm not a coffee drinker, actually. So
Neither am I.
not.
Neither am I.
Just water for me.
Yeah.
The occasional Gatorade, but
Oh, okay. Get those electrolytes.
Northview girls have seen enough, and they're taking off. They feel confident about the game's result.
They scored twice in the final 10 minutes to knock off the Lady Arrows 4-3 earlier.
You can just see a little bit of a defeat right now in the Ashland, just kind of body language. It's not quite how they saw this going.
Logan Webb for the Arrows awaiting to come in, and he will make his appearance. The junior forward.
We'll see what the subs look like going forward. It's always trying to figure out those minutes of who needs to get in and get a run at it, who can do something off the bench.
And with a young team like that, is this the time to finally get your your starting 11 locked up?
I would guess for as young as they are, they probably don't have it set yet. They maybe have got a good idea, but there's probably still a few questions of, what do these young guys do in a game setting? You could have some guys who maybe don't practice super well. They do okay. But when it's a game time, they can just turn it on. It's just another level. And, you want to see that. So my guess is it's probably not set. You're kind of wait and see how do they handle pressure? How do they handle games? How do they handle a little bit of adversity right now? Northview just tough defensively, though.
I mean, we're only midway through the first half, too. If Ashland can get something going, get a goal,
sure,
get a ball in the back of the net, it completely changes the complexion with so much time left.
The game is far from over,
yes.
Absolutely. But, with that youthfulness, sometimes you learn
absolutely
from scoring, and sometimes you learn by getting scored on.
You got to learn that, there's still a lot of time to get back into it.
Not one touch too many there. I thought the build-up was good, and they just kind of kept the ball.
Oh, misplay. Ashland will get a throw in here.
Ball goes out on Northview. Throw in coming for the Arrows by number 7, Jonah Coffey.
Aiden Brown's a solid defender for Northview there. Just does well on the ball. Does well. Oh, he's going to give a corner there.
Corner for it.
Out on Northview.
So Ashland will have a chance here.
I thought he did well to shield it out and get the goal kick. The referee sees it otherwise.
As the corner kick is going to be taken by Sebastian Roberts.
This is where you think Ashland's got to have a little bit of danger to them. They've got multiple guys who can win the ball in the air. They've got good size. They just got to be able to connect on the other end.
They had a good look on their last one. This one's going to be punched out, though.
It's well done by the keeper. Came off his line. Had a good punch on it. It's going to be some numbers the other way, though.
2-on-1. Puts the kick and just drilled it over the net. Football, that'd be a field goal, it'd be 3 points, but not here.
Almost hit a deer out there. I don't know. I got deer sitting in the
Almost hit
cornfield.
one of our deer friends that were awaiting this match.
Don't think Braden Sutton loved the decision of Jackson there. It was 2-on-1, and Jackson kept it and then hit the long shot attempt there.
Yeah, it looked like he was kind of running out of steam there and just wanted to try and put it on net.
There's no doubt what Gary George's job is, just be central and win the ball and put it forward. They've kept it simple for him. So far he's done well for the most part.
Well, tug on the jersey that nobody saw. Now they did see it, and it'll be a foul.
It's a good call. It was just kind of the right angle for the other referee to not see it. He just was right there. Ashland's had a couple of free kicks. You'd like to see just what they can do with it. We got 2 balls on the field.
Northview going to be a free kick coming for the Arrows. Free kick's going to be taken by Sebastian Roberts.
So Gary George making the run up now again, sending the big boys. Sebastian on the ball. Let's see what he can do with it.
Little dink. It's going to be into the. Oh, just missed the head.
The attempt was good. The play was right. Just no connection on the end.
Well drawn up there. Just maybe a half a foot ahead of the head, though. And quickly back the other way. Counterattack.
Jackson does find Sutton. Oh, referee's
That's right
giving
at
it.
the top. Is it going to be a PK or is it outside the
He's
box?
giving
And
the
they're going to give the PK just inside the line. So now Northview is going to have a big chance to really take control of this match with 16:45 left.
Yeah, I thought you can see the cutback there and just kind of gets him with the upper body. I think it's the right call. It's in the box. He hits him. You can't really argue that. Coach has got a question for the referee, but I think once you see it on the replay, you see the contact. There's no contact on the ball. There's contact on the body. Takes him down.
And here comes the PK. Saved
What a
by
save.
Pancake.
Penalty kick is saved by Justin Pancake.
Wow, that is a terrific,
Beautiful
terrific save.
Yep, I got it.
So Pancake keeps this at 2-0.
Could be a big momentum shift there for Ashland.
Absolutely.
It's one of those that going down 3-0 before half can be tough, but now you feel like, hey, we're still in this game, and that is a terrific save. I mean, the ball was hit low, was hit mostly to the corner, but he got down and got it.
And now a foul on Northview.
See if Ashland can capitalize. They were close on the last free kick, but they've not put it on target yet.
Especially if you see Ashland, if they can get one in the back of the net, remember that save as a
Absolutely.
turning point. So we've hit the 16-minute mark left here in the first half.
This question was who's going to take the free kick, Sebastian or Gary. Looks like it's going to be Gary. Gary's got a left foot leg here. He could probably hit it on goal if he wants, but my guess it's going to be a ball in the box. See what we can do.
There's the run. It's going to be at the top of the box.
Not quite where you want that.
Towards the play, but right to Northview.
Yeah, you got to put that ball really kind of right at the PK spot. It's got to go in the box. You got to make defenders kind of retreat, and they were able to step forward and hit it. That's not a great free kick there from Ashland.
Xavier Hale and Bruno Lopez.
And number 11, Bruno Lopez.
Lopez and Hale checking in for Northview.
Let's see, I think it's maybe the first subs for Northview. I can't think of any others.
We've had I think one sub for Ashland and now two for Northview tonight.
Let's see what the quality looks like. They've had some pace on the wing, and looks like Bruno's just kind of poaching that backside again. He might be waiting for his run in as well. Northview with a little bit of time in the middle of the field, but a tough ball out to their winger. It's going to be an Ashland throw-in going the other way then.
Throw in for Ashland by Jack Parsons.
Missed the head there, but
He's going to call a handball. I'm not. It bounced up into him. I couldn't tell from here where it actually hit him, but
Kick coming for the Arrows.
put Gary back on the ball here. Now his first free kick went a little behind the line. You got to put it in the box from here. He's certainly got the leg to do it. It's just going to be, can he have the accuracy to hit it?
there's the boot.
It's a better ball. That first touch was just missed, and now it's going to be problematic. It's going to be numbers the other way. 4-on-4.
Sutton gets it off. The Lopez deflected away, and Ashland will clear it for the moment. 13:50 left in the half.
There's not a lot of holes in this Northview team, and they're a smooth, well-disciplined team for the most part. Most of their chances to go forward they've done well with.
Another throw in for Northview. We've had one boys score already in the books here today on Football Friday night. Madison blanks Clear Fork 2-0. The girls now playing down there in Madison Comprehensive High School.
Yeah, probably a little closer than most people anticipated with the boys. So it'll be interesting to see what Clear Fork can do this year. I know that they'll be without Connor for a while, and they've got some hard-working players there. New keeper in.
I was told it could have been a known goal for the first one, and then Madison made it 2-0 on a PK. So that defense of Clear Fork held their own, but just couldn't get that goal.
Yeah, and the girls' side is currently 1-1. Madison opened the scoring from Nevaeh Lewis, and then Avery.
Are you surprised about that one?
No.
Or both, Avery Wine as well.
Absolutely. 2 phenomenal players.
That's top of the box. Dished off, deflected off a head, and right into the hands of Pancake.
Defensively, I don't know who I'd rather try and scheme for. If you had to try and like match up with Nevaeh Lewis or Hattie Jukovic. I mean, Nevaeh's got this incredible speed. It's probably the top in the area. Hattie's got incredible skill. It's probably the top in the area. So, as a coach, what's easier to game plan? I don't know. You have to really think how you want to play that.
You also saw in Jake Furr's top 100 players returning for Richland County, Hattie Jukovic, number 2.
He's a phenomenal player.
We'll find out number 1 tomorrow.
I think it's me making my return.
Jesse Ryder, number 1 on the Richland 100. Hopefully Jake Furr's watching this.
It's a good. That's the ball you want. That's the kind of swinging into the box. That was a better ball.
We got a chance. Back out front, kick deflected away. Stays with Ashland for the moment. Now it's cleared out. Just an unlucky break there for the Arrows. Now it's going to turn into a counterattack.
Tough turn there. Big tackle in the middle. Big collision.
Oh, a little shoving extra, but
yeah.
We play on. Under 11 and a half left here in the half.
It's good composure by the keeper. That is a tough ball to play to find your center back with 2 people pressing, but he was confident. He played it, and now Northview's kept possession because of it.
Gotta go out of bounds and stay with Northview. 5 subs, 4 for Northview and 1 for the Arrows.
I wondered if Northview would be able to keep that, kind of sustain their pressure and their pace they've been playing with. They got a couple of solid players. Sutton's coming out. Evans coming out. Appeared to be limping a little bit right as he got to the sideline. Certainly been one of their better players. And looks like Tyler Barron's coming out as well.
J.K. Ortega with the throw-in for Northview.
Bruno Lopez on the outside.
And Pancake just comes out of nowhere, and Superman's onto that.
Oh, it's a tough giveaway there by Pancake.
Ashland got lucky there. Cleared ahead. It'll go right to the keeper.
So Brady Anderson has made some tough tackles in the middle. It's always that fine line if you got to be careful you don't get carried away with the physicality. Going into the time-wasting mode already with just under 10 to go in the first half.
Yeah, they know it's the first half, right? And that's a bad mistake there. Nobody on him, just cleared it out of bounds, and Ashland will get a throw in deep in.
I know it's hard to sustain the pace and the style of what Northview was doing, but they certainly have dropped off from the first 10, 15 minutes of the game. That not quite the same quality. Fatigues and substitutions can do that sometimes.
That's going to be put back in towards the net, but a bit of foot volleyball going on here.
I thought they were about to play Bruno. Bruno had a lot of space in front of him. They're going to go to JJ instead. It's a good pace on the outside.
Kick back out. And they'll reset it here.
Yeah, right to Rami, who's not afraid to shoot from here. He caught everybody by surprise with kind of the ball he played there. It wasn't a bad ball, just nobody was quite ready for it. Oh, played behind him.
8.5 left here in the first half.
Another tough tackle by Northview. That's going to be a foul.
Yep. Missed the ball, got the foot.
Now on Ashland, free kick for Northview.
Quick reset.
Good skill by Rami Jalad. Just go at him one-on-one there in the middle.
Shot saved and knocked away by Pancake.
Yeah, Pancake was a little off to the side there. I think either Bruno saw it or lucked out, but ended up being a good save, but not quite central in his goal. Obviously, we saw Northview score once like this from the same spot. But I believe the goal scorer is currently out of the game. I don't see him in right now.
Right into the
Ortega
ball.
went for a
Still
little flare.
around, shot over the net. Had the look.
I'm not sure what Ortega was trying to do there. Kind of jumped and maybe like a little bit of a heel flick, but probably unnecessary. You could just face that and strike it. And then just a bit of a power shot. Too much there on the outside.
Goal kick will be taken by Gary George.
Ashland might be lucky to come away with not giving up a goal there. Northview's done well to win a lot of the big balls coming out of the back from Gary George so far.
Northview's going to reset this, switch it around as we hit 7 minutes left in the half.
Ashland just trying to go big and see what happens here. What is the call? Wow, I'm not sure.
I don't see where that was.
Yeah, I don't know what you call there, honestly. He's across the field, so he's not close to see if there's real contact there.
That was just the Ashland player trying to go around an established player, and
Northview bench did not love that.
it was right in front of them as well. Kick in, headed towards the net, but an easy save.
Header by Gary George is gobbled up by
Hutchinson JC. Nobody in front of him. Just a slow bouncing ball, easy save for him.
Yeah, Ashland's had some free kick opportunities, have not capitalized, and really not come away with a great opportunity in terms of going to goal. But they've definitely got the ability to do so. I think they're just not quite clicking together on that.
I believe that was the first ball on target that we've seen from Ashland tonight.
That may be correct. Yeah, I think so. Good pace by Luke, just running through the middle there. Does well to keep the ball.
Ashland's had chances. It's just the defenders of Northview really.
Absolutely, they're solid players.
Down.
Yeah, Berenson's decision making hasn't been great. He's turned into pressure a couple times. Ball's come off his foot a little bit, but yeah, certainly credit to the Northview defense. They've done well to kind of be in the right place, make the right tackles, and just keep possession, and not give it right back to Ashland. It's a good touch into space there, just to beat a defender with just a good first touch. It was a smart play.
Also, I've been impressed the way that they can transition from those defenders to the forwards and get out in space with the speed they have.
Yeah, the positioning of Northview, I mean, not as much now, but certainly at the beginning of the game, they just opened the game up. They had pace and just good width, and then just became one-on-ones, and then Northview did well to find the right ball into those places.
A couple more Ashland substitutions coming in here.
Caden Howman and O'Brien coming in as well. Two starters returning to the game. Brian looks a little confused as to who he might be bringing off. He's still holding a penny in his hand. He's not going to be able to play with it. There we go.
4 minutes, 10 seconds left here in half number one.
Pass and throw in by Carson O'Brien.
Big throw, but a little miscommunication. Ashland's checking back to the ball, and Carson went long with it.
It's going to be played back out front.
Rami Jalad has got a good first touch. He's always away from pressure, gives himself time on the ball.
Great pass, but just unable to handle it. Here come the arrows. He has a man down to the left, but I didn't see him. He was trailing him just a little bit too far behind his peripherals.
Yeah, Barrington had some good pace there, but took his touch right at the feet of the defender.
Ooh, bad turnover.
Good work by Braden to keep the ball.
Give and go. Looking for the cross. Deflected out. We'll get a corner for Ashland. That was a very Nice play there by the Arrows on the give and go.
Yeah, Braden Martin was going forward there, and he's mostly played outside back the whole time. But
Going to be taken by Sebastian Roberts.
So with 2:45 left, Ashland with another chance to maybe get on the board here and cut this lead in half.
yeah, for their size, they've not quite capitalized on it yet. It's a big ball in the box. I like it.
Once again, the keeper just there to flick it
Yeah,
away.
yeah, right. I think he did touch it enough to just kind of get it out of the where everybody was jumping into.
And that's sometimes all that matters. Just a little bit of deflection will throw you off.
Good work by Caden Howman. Still has the ball. Might have been a foul there. A little contact in the back that took him down.
Right side. Gets it into the box.
That's a
deflected
great ball,
back
yeah.
out.
Defended well, but that's the right ball in. Berenson, good run. Oh, Rami
what a
Jalad,
move.
he's a fun player.
Under 2 to play here in the half.
Just under 2 minutes left in the first half.
Ashland's definitely getting some chances. Not quite on goal chances, but chances to at least have that opportunity. Just got to be careful because Northview's good enough they can make you pay.
And you got to think maybe if Ashland can find the back of the net, that opens things up for them.
Absolutely,
it's always for basketball. You can see that first shot go in, stuff like that. That first catch that you make on the football field, you see that go in the net. Just gives that confidence and maybe opens things up.
You're 100% right. A goal can solve a lot of problems. Rami Jalad checking off there with a great 39 minutes or 38 minutes. Terrific. I don't know. He had a turnover. He just kept the ball, made the right play.
The speed, but also the composure he had
Smooth.
with the
He's
ball.
smooth, yeah. When you get players like that, it just takes your team to another level. When you have guys who can just control the ball in the middle, but they're looking to make plays.
I mean, it's always nice to have that fast player, but if you have one that's fast and can control the ball like him,
absolutely,
it just opens things up.
Northview throw in by number 16, Tristan Thompson.
Bit of a short throw there. It's going to get back past the midfield mark. 43 seconds left in the half. Make sure to stay with us for the Scout Construction halftime show. We'll show you our team and player spotlights for the Ashland Arrows, as well as go over some stats analysis here in about 30 seconds of game time. And it looks like Northview's happy with that 2-0 lead.
A lot of contact there from Brady. Certainly initiated and received some. Might get a foul here to wrap the half up.
10, 9,
They'll get back towards the keeper.
6,
And that will end the half.
2, 1.
40 in the books, 40 to go. Sylvania Northview 2, Ashland 0. We'll take a break. When we come back, the Sutton Bank halftime report. Right here, live and free on Football Friday Night.
Instead of paying for some big-name spokesperson, Kasasa Checking gives that money back to you in cash rewards. In fact, you just bought me this cup of coffee. See how that works? Amazing! Free checking, cash rewards. Take back banking with Kasasa.
Having Frito-Lay variety packs is a lot like having kids. You get a lot of flavor packed into small packages. And it's impossible to pick a favorite. Whoa! Yeah, definitely impossible to pick a favorite.
Frito-Lay variety packs, packed with possibilities.
Take a look at all the action from Friday Night Football right here in North Central Ohio with great analysis, highlights, coach interviews, and so much more. Every single Friday night right here on the OH Report.
Halftime here at Ashland's Community Soccer Stadium. Your score at the break, Sylvania Northview 2, Ashland 0. Travis Berardi back here with Jesse Ryder. And, not a ton of stats, but Northview, they've taken advantage of the ones that they've had. They had 4 corners, 7 shots, 6 on goal, 2 goals, and only 4 fouls. Ashland, they've had 3 corners, haven't been able to cash in on them. Only 1 shot and 1 shot on goal, though.
Yeah, I think what's interesting for Ashland is they're not getting much through the run of play. It's just kind of all, anytime they get close to goal, it's free kicks, it's corner kicks, it's those type of plays. The buildup is just not there for them yet. Now, we talked about their youthfulness, and, they've got some young guys out there and guys who haven't played a lot together and guys in new positions. Like, I get all those things, but at the same time, you got to be able to put that game together, and you got to be able to keep the ball and kind of generate your own attack and not rely just on the free kicks to be able to put some goals in.
And here, presented by Scout Construction, our Ashland Arrows team spotlight. We didn't get to see them before the game, but they were district semifinalists, lost to Southview 6-5 in OT, and they had a lead in that match too. They finished the season 14-6-1. They were OCC runners-up. Not a bad season for the Arrows. Their lone loss was to champion Worcester, who pretty darn good. Had an All-American on their team.
Absolutely. Yeah. Worcester was phenomenal. Ashland was really good last year. Lex was really good last year. I mean, it was a great OCC conference race. Obviously, if you're Ashland, you'd like to come out ahead of that, but Worcester just had a really good group and did some really good things. But I think Ashland's going to be right back there in the mix for an OCC championship this year.
And our player spotlight as well for those Ashland Arrows. First team all OCC selection.
We're waiting on that. Ashland's getting ready for the second half. I think one of the things that's going to be key for Ashland in the second half is just a little bit of composure. Northview kind of, for the first 15, 20 minutes, kind of did whatever they wanted to do offensively. And so defensively, you've got to disrupt that rhythm a little bit, which is a little easier said than done. Northview's got good pace. They've got good skill. And for the most part, they've got good decision makers out there. And so it'll be, can you disrupt the rhythm and flow to their game to create those opportunities that you want? And I think that's what's going to be key for Ashland is can you kind of begin that turnover process, force Northview into some plays they don't want to make, and then capitalize once you win the ball.
The player that we were giving you the stats for, Aiden Burnson, was an first-team All-OCC selection, had 6 assists as well. As you take a look at the team roster in there for the Arrows of Ashland.
Yeah, Aiden is a super talented player. I think kind of had a rough first half, not a lot of touches where he kept possession of the ball or got to go forward with the ball. So I think it's going to be, they got to figure out a way to get him a ball in more dangerous situations, and he can be able to keep the ball in those transition moments.
Underway here for half number 2.
Good movement by Ashland to start things off. Good turnout of pressure there. I think Barrington wanted the ball at his feet, and he was sent away, but I think the right play was what Barrington wanted was at his feet.
Yeah, a little too strong on that pass as well. However, Ashland will maintain possession for the moment. Bad hop, but nobody there.
And Northview a little out of sorts here. I will say part of that, I do not see Rami Jalad out there, who was so instrumental in the first half. Did play probably 38 minutes, so maybe it's a fatigue thing, maybe it's an injury thing, you hope not. I wouldn't think it's a coach's decision because he was phenomenal in the first half, so could just be the nature of the game right now.
One of those things where, hey, you're up 2-0, you're giving somebody else a chance here early on to see what they can do, and if you absolutely need him, bring him back in now, or continue to give him a little bit of a breather so he can finish strong.
Sure, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, maybe that is the goal that Howman did well to bring the ball down, just couldn't quite get the shot off. Ashland has started the second half with a little bit of life and energy here, still not getting real shots off on goal, though, but getting near opportunities, and Braden Martin's going to chase that out of bounds.
Yeah, after that first deflection out for the throw, and you saw, I was looking over at the Ashland bench, and all the coaches, they're clapping. They were happy with what they saw here in the first minute and a half of play. But they're going to need to see a lot more of that if Ashland's going to want to come back into this game.
Yeah, it's 2 parts to the comeback. Because one, you've got to keep Northview from scoring again. They got 2 in the first half, had a PK that was not a goal. Great save by Pancake. And then you've got to figure out your attack. And so they've not been able to do really either. Gave up a good quality, couple quality looks right away in the first half, and now the second half has been a lot of Ashland, but just still nothing going to goal yet.
Ball's cleared away all the way back the other side of the field.
Hellman's going to have some good press here. Keeper does well to come off his line and just make that.
Ooh, and a little bit of a shove, though.
I mean, there's definitely contact, but I don't.
They're going to give the free kick just outside the box, and that was nearly disastrous. 2 more feet. That's inside the box.
The referee's going to give a card for encroachment.
Yellow card.
That's tough. You see refs just handle that differently. There's some refs will just ask you to back up. It's just I don't think the referees handle that right. He's going to come over and give an explanation to the coach, but the explanation's going to be confusing here.
So a stopped clock. It's 37-36, and an opportunity here for Ashland about 19 yards away.
Yeah, the discussion with the referee and the coach was the distance from the ball to the player. The coaches were saying he was close to 10. The referee saying he said 5, then he said 4. And then, but if the referee said, we talked about this in pregame, you have to give it right away. And if he said that, then that's how he plays it, then by all means, it's a card. All right, let's see. Ashland has been close on several free kicks. This is a dangerous situation here.
Kick by Roberts over the head, knocked off the goalie, and then shot over the net.
That's a great first save there. He does well to get down and keep it over there. You see the replay right here. This is the right ball, and I actually thought the keeper was going to make a break for it. He's been pretty aggressive so far.
So Gise, watch this effort, just got the foot out there, and then the second opportunity with an open net just drilled it too high. That could have been a golden opportunity for the Arrows to get right back into this match.
Yeah, that's what Ashland needed. I mean, they've just been kind of right around the goal. That's a good tough tackle. Oh. Saying he got the leg first. That might be right. He definitely got the ball, but it might have been leg then ball, which would make it a foul.
I understand that one. But nonetheless, like you said earlier, Ashland showing life here early on in half number 2.
That's a big miss for Braden there in front of the goal, but he's done so well defensively. I liked a lot of what he's done so far. But you just got to have some composure when you're 6 yards away. It doesn't have to be power. All you have to do is put it anywhere you want, but right there. Northview setting up like they might have a player who's got a long throw here, kind of setting up almost like a corner kick. Let's see the distance he can get here from Ben Callis. Kind of a high lofted throw. It's going to bounce in the box.
And that'll be wide.
Shot by Keegan McLean goes high and wide. Goal kick coming for the Arrows. It's going to be taken by Gary George.
See, Rami Jalad is up and walking around on the bench, not making his way to sub in yet. He's been out for the first 5 minutes of the second half. I would say probably arguably one of the best players of the first half.
That one kicked out. Will go to Ashland.
There's a good ball into Berenson. Let's see what he can do. He turns the defender around. Good hit.
Just wide.
That's the play. That they have not been able to find his feet much of the first half. Second half, they found him running forward. He kept it at his feet. That's the opportunity they want. 2 great opportunities for Ashland in the first 5 minutes of the second half, but still no goals to show for it.
And that was a quick restart as well.
Caden Howman, good pressure, creates a turnover already. Just kind of drops the ball in the box. So JC's a smart keeper, though. I've seen him. He's come off his line at the right time. He's making the right plays. You're not going to get a lot of just kind of botched goals on him, but the opportunities are getting there for Ashland.
Opportunity for the Wildcats.
Good ball by Lopez. Heavy touch by Jackson.
It will be a Northview throw-in.
Northview throw-in by number 2, Jamison Clark.
What is your AD? Negative what? So go to -3. Go a little on
Northview just appears to be out of sorts right now. Obviously, there's some intensity and energy from Ashland. They're getting to go forward a little bit. Rami Jalad not in the game, who was pretty instrumental in just keeping the ball in the middle of the field and making plays happen. Northview, just every time they get it now, it's not been as smooth as it was in that first 20 minutes of the first half. Both players miss, and Berenson's going to come away with it. Bit of a light touch there from Berenson.
Maybe a little bit of miscommunication as well there.
Yeah, it's been twice, so they've just kind of been on different pages. There's the speed of Jackson getting the box. Pancake comes off his line, but retreats quickly.
Had just enough help to allow him to back up.
Good step by Braden Martin.
Clears that all the way back, nearly a big possession for Ashland.
And Berenson's certainly playing with some energy right now. I thought the first half they just couldn't quite connect with him, and that can be frustrating as a striker when you just feel like you're not getting the ball. But he's obviously he's got some life in him right now. He's going after it a little bit.
.33 minutes, 10 seconds left in this one.
Good battle, good battle. Hallman does well to win the throw in there.
Game for Ashland, number 15, Jack Parsons. Ashland throw-in, 21, Carson O'Brien.
Bit of a misplay. We'll give Northview a throw-in.
Yeah, it's a throw-in. You win him right down at Sebastian's feet. Just tough touch out of bounds. There's some pace from Sebastian. They got to cut that angle off on the pressure, though. You got to make sure he can't swing it out there. That's how you force turnovers there, is taking away one option, force him to where you want him to go. Good flick.
Reverse left side.
Didn't want to play behind him, lose a little bit of that momentum, but he still got it at his feet.
And deflected. It will be a goal kick.
Ball goes out on Ashland.
If you're Coffee, you just got to put that ball in the box. You don't need to get all the way down to the end line there. If you've got the angle to swing it in, you're left-footed, just drive it across.
Yeah, Coffee was a little too strong there.
Goal kick's going to be taken by Hudson.
See what you did there.
I would say, though, that probably about 65-35 possession at Ashland here to start.
The second half for sure.
Yes.
Yeah. It's been a different half, absolutely. There's a tough ball back for Northview. That's not quite the ball they wanted. Good confidence, though, to play your center back. It's a tough ball out. It's a good ball. Yeah, absolutely. Finds Lopez, who's got some pace as well. That's the ball they wanted Coffee to play. That's all right.
Flicked on, but over the net. However, you're seeing a little more life now out of Northview.
Yeah, the game has really kind of opened up here a little bit. Now the teams have kind of controlled the middle. Usually if you can control the middle, you can get a shot off on goal, and that's what we're seeing from both ends now. For the most part, it was Northview in the first half, and now Ashland's kind of in that situation as well. Well, Jonah's going to get some space to go forward. One-on-one here.
Got a chance.
Couldn't quite keep the ball. Yeah. It's a big diagonal ball. I don't think the keeper's going to have it, but that could be a dangerous ball if it's just a little out of that box, and Jackson Babbage is there to run onto it.
Ten minutes gone by here in the second half. Miss hit. That'll go out of bounds for an Ashland throw-in.
Yeah, you don't see a lot of that of this Northview group. It's been pretty smooth, pretty consistent. Just keep finding the right play, not trying to overhit stuff. For that one, he just went for it. I think a shot. I think he went for a shot and just
off the side of his foot.
Yep, missed it altogether.
Deflected out. And that was a nice slide tackle. Went off of Northview. It'll be a throw-in for Ashland. So make another change.
In the game for Ashland 23, Caden Howman.
Caden Howman checking back in. Got a quick breather. Going to give Joe Coffee a spill here.
So we talked about this during the girls' match. Now to the boys' match. Anything you can tell us about the soccer locker for the boys' side?
Yeah, I think it's very even for 1 and 2, and so I think it'll be a good conference rivalry when that time comes. But I also think Madison's going to have a chance Madison's going to have a chance in the conference. It's not just going to be Lex, Ashland, Worcester's going to be down a little bit, certainly from where they were last year. I think there's a Madison team that's just they're ready for that next level. And so it'll be interesting to see kind of when they start matching up against each other. It's going to be some battles. I think Madison's going to have a little bit of a chip on their shoulder. They've kind of been taking the beatings the past couple of years, but they've been getting better and better. They've got a young core there. I think it's going to be some good games coming come conference time.
Can we see a district champion compete with Bay this year?
Bay has got a loaded group. I don't know. Looking to see. Referee's checking something here. I'm not sure. Might be a conversation about blood. Concern for concussion possibly, so being checked by a medical professional. Just being careful here. Appreciate his desire to be in the game, but you got to take care of that first.
Especially in game number 1. You want to get that
absolutely.
stuff checked out.
There's some confusion. It looks like it may not have been. I think all is well. He's about to check back in, I think. He's at the.
Back in the game for Northview, Braden Sutton.
No, from what I thought I heard from the coaches, they thought he had blood on his nose.
Yeah, I think the referees
Bloody
were saying
nose.
and doing different things there.
Yeah.
One referee was signaling for blood on the nose, and the other was saying for a concussion maybe. He definitely went right to the trainer and said he was fine, I don't have a concussion. The referee looked to be okay with that. See Coach Hostler was never really a keeper, but made a great save.
He high-pointed that, didn't he?
He did.
Quick throw-in. Bump, Ashland. That's going to be deflected out. We're going to get a corner.
Ball goes out of bounds.
4th of the game for Ashland. And at the 27-20 mark, another chance to cut into this deficit.
Ashland's going to send the house here. They've been so close on so many free kick opportunities, but just no goals to show for it. They've got some big players coming in. They've just got to connect on the other end.
Here it comes.
Oh, my.
It's on the ground and deflected out.
I'm not sure how that wasn't connected better. They had 2 players jumped under it. One player jumped kind of over it. You see the pace of Carson O'Brien trying to catch up there. Berenson as well trying to recover.
And just flicked out.
That's your striker who made that run back. He saw the numbers back and knew what was coming. That's a great. You're not going to see that in stats. You're not going to see that anywhere else except for right here. He recognized the situation. He sprinted 80 yards to not let the ball go forward anymore. Coach rewards him with the water.
Northview throw in by Tyler Barron. Ashland throw in Braden Martin.
Good skill by Caden Howman in the middle. You got to touch it. You heard the coach. One touch, anything down the line was fine, and he's kind of shied away from a little bit. You just got to get that touch forward.
Northview throw in Tyler Barron.
It was forced there by Northview, and then a poor pass after them.
Nice job to get possession back.
Ball, Berenson's
Lead
got
pass.
What a
Nice
cutback.
move, but just tripped up enough to hold him off.
Couldn't quite get his footing back after that. 25 minutes left to go. Rami Jalad is going to check back in. He was definitely a difference maker in the first half for Northview.
You got to think, if he doesn't trip just a little bit there, he probably has enough opening to
You
get
know,
a good
I was
shot
trying to
off.
see if maybe there was a little bit of contact, and not enough for PK, but just enough to disrupt the flow of that run that he had. Didn't see much, but sometimes just when you're running so fast, a little
It
knock
seems like
can go a long way.
The slide tackle he avoided, then he kind of ran into him, and that's
Absolutely
what
right.
tripped him
Right.
up. Which is, I mean, it was the right call by the ref to
Absolutely,
let
yep.
it continue
Yep.
on.
Northview's been so composed in these settings here, even with high press from Ashland. Definitely sending a message of that's not their style. It's not been their style, but he played that ball, and that was not what they wanted.
24 and a half minutes left.
Getting an earful from the sub or from the teammates and the coaching staff when he subbed off there. That's not the ball they wanted. You just got to. They are, especially with Rami back in the game. That's the playmaker, right? You're trying to find Rami. You're trying to find that Evan Beasley. These guys want the ball at their feet, and they can make plays in the middle of the field. It's just a little bit of math. A 10, 15-yard pass is much more controllable and easier than that 30-yard pass that he went for.
We're going to have a foul on Ashland. Free kick just ahead of the midfield line. Now they're going to move it up.
Northview knows exactly what they're doing. And then there's 30 seconds off the clock. Just pretend to have no idea that's where the ref was saying. Just never acknowledged him until the whistle.
You were waving your arms, sir. I didn't know what you were doing.
He knew what he was doing all along. This is a 1-minute free kick approach. It doesn't seem like much, but it's time off the clock.
Gives you a bit of a rest, too.
A bit of a rest, taking time off the clock.
And even though that was wide of everything, it like you just said, it takes time off the clock. It allows your guys to kind of regroup.
Yep, puts frustration with Ashland. Now they know that more time's ticking. You're getting annoyed at that.
So we approach the midway point of half number 2.
Barrington, a little chance to go forward. Just not quite the right pace on that pass.
That's just going to get cleared out of bounds.
In the game for Ashland, 18, Logan Webb.
Both teams will make one substitution.
Xavier Hale and Logan Webb checking into the game.
Ashland throw in, Braden Martin.
Going to get a handball.
Handball on Ashland, free kick coming from Northview.
Another turnover for Ashland off kind of an unforced spot there. Certainly Sebastian has the ability to bring that down. Just must have popped up and hit him in the hand a little bit. It's going to be an Ashland throw in here.
Big throw as well. It's going to be a foot race. Back to the keeper.
Sad to see he was up there. He was expecting that all along. He's done well just being engaged in the game and just realizing that playing it back to him, they kept possession for a moment at least, and rather than just hitting it hard and away. That's a great ball again.
Got a one-on-one.
Sutton can do. A great tackle by Gary.
Ashland survives that one.
You see, just recognize that space again. Northview just so composed with the ball. Ashland's a little slow to put pressure on the ball, which gives Northview just more and more time. There's the pressure. There's a turnover. That's good pressure by Braden.
Gets it ahead.
Brady, excuse me.
Got a chance here. Down the left side. Slide tackle. He's tripped up, and it goes out. And it'll be a goal kick.
Ball goes out of bounds by Ashland. Goal kick coming for Northview.
That's a great tackle. He hit the tackle hard enough that actually deflected off Aiden Berenson out for a goal kick. It was timed right, good contact with the ball. And foul that just brought Berenson down.
Goal kick taken by Hutch to JC.
Bad hop for Northview. Ashland gets it back, but mishandled. Midway point, half number 2. 2-0 on the Sutton Bank scoreboard.
Throw in by Jamison Clarkson.
It's a little slop here in the past couple minutes or so. Not a lot of quality possession. Good ball in. Carson O'Brien as well just kind of keep it in front of him there. Good decision. Make a bit of a heavy touch.
Kind of a lucky deflection there
Absolutely,
for Ashland.
Yeah, hit him in stride.
Yeah. Back things up. Just a little too much on that.
That's been a bit of the issue for Ashland. Even when they've won the ball, it's been kind of a quick turnover a lot of times. Not every time, but what is a simple, semi-simple 10-yard pass. It's going into the feet of Northview or away from Ashland.
Get back to the keeper.
And same thing. You got to keep your angle on that press. You can't let them take it out there. Just got to kind of press together as a team. It's kind of an isolated press for Ashland right now. That might be Rami Jalan's first turnover.
Throw in by Carson O'Brien.
Ashland coaches are telling them to speed things up there on the restart. They had numbers over there.
Sebastian with the ball in the corner.
Crosses it in.
Nice tried to shield him off. Yeah, just got a little behind him, so the shield was too late. Good ball by Sebastian Roberts.
Arrows do keep possession. Back into the box. And just deflected enough to stay away. It'll be
there you go. Keeper's going to waste some more time here. What is the call?
Is he calling delay, like a delay a game?
No, because
he's
called something indirect. I don't understand. It's going to be a card here. The ref, I think he's made some mistakes here.
Let's take a look at this one more time.
I think so. What happened is the keeper will make a save with his hand and then not pick it up. So he was saying that he could have had possession there, but I just don't think the keeper's smart. So I think the referee realizes he's smart too. That's a tough call though. He definitely touched it with his hand to kind of keep the ball in play.
And then fell.
Yeah.
So this is going to be a kick from inside.
Yeah, it looks right outside of the 6-yard box on the side. It's going to be indirect.
So it'd be you'd need a header.
Somebody else has got to touch it.
This is a very interesting play that's coming up, folks. You don't see this.
Yeah, you never practice. You never practice an indirect free kick from 8 yards on the sideline there, or in line. The conversation is still about both cards for Northview have been they are not getting 10 yards right away on the free kick. They're standing about 6 yards away, and the referee he said at the beginning of the game, you have to give 10 yards automatically. So
I do give hats off to the ref, though. He gave the exact page.
Listen, he could have made that up, but if he was right, I almost want to check it just to fact check it, because you can't argue with the letter of the law if he's actually stating the letter of the law. It's a tough argument. And he's been consistent with it. So, I mean, not every ref is that consistent. Some will stop and back it up, but he is giving it right away.
How are you going to do an indirect kick this close to the net?
Well, the wall is probably going to have to be at the post because it's got to have to be 10 yards away. So wherever the wall is, unless they start handing out more cards.
And that's you have to be in the middle of like middle of the goal?
It'd have to be right at the post from looks of things, maybe one step in. I don't think the wall can extend past the goal line is the law. But I could ask the referee. He would know the line.
Is this something that you could see where Ashland passes it back out to the top and goes for a shot that way?
I'm a little surprised there's not a second player on the ball, honestly. Because as soon as it's touched, it's a live ball. So you almost want to touch and hit. But it looks like they're going to kind of go for almost like a chip play, maybe.
A one-timer. And it goes!
What is the referee?
Wait, the referee's
something.
stopping it.
I'm not sure. I didn't see enough
I
to
don't
know
know what happened. Here's the
the-
replay, Jesse.
Was it offsides? I think he called offsides.
My question is, how can you be offsides that close to the...
Yeah, the ball wasn't on the end line, so if the
Bizarre
player was.
is the name of this game.
Yeah, that's crazy all the way around. I've not really seen much like that before.
One of our camera guys says Aiden was in the box when it happened, so that's what called it off. I don't...
Yeah, I think yeah, it might be offsides.
I think the back, actually on the back side.
You know, the NFL, they kind of come over and give an explanation.
Yeah.
I almost want that from this.
Nonetheless, this is a bizarre...
Yeah, so I heard the explanation to the Northview coach. A player came from an offsides position to hit it. So he started offsides and retreated back. So,
okay.
Hey, kudos to the referee. That's a tough call. That's a tough situation. He handled it well.
And kind of a ball don't lie moment kind of made up for the first one. And
Yeah.
nothing hurt.
Yeah. Certainly, the keeper undoubtedly knows the rules and was a little careless with the ball. There's good work by Caden Howman to shield that player off. Berenson with good pace. It's been kind of a crazy second half, or at least the last couple of minutes of the second half. A lot of... You know what? Credit to the referee because he's handled some tough situations. I think he's handled it well. I think he's gotten a lot of it right. From my point of view, some of it's tough to see until I hear what he's actually saying. Then I think he gets it right.
And for that offsides call, I mean, like you just said, you don't practice
Absolutely, yeah,
direct kicks from right
and
there.
and you just assume you're going to be on sides because the ball's so close. But if you're not, you're not. You know, all the rules still apply. What a tackle.
Great slide tackle there. 15 minutes, 20 seconds left. Still 2-0.
This game's had a little bit of everything. Had some good goals, had a PK save, a kind of a chaotic moment in the box there. Not really sure what happened. What do we need to finish this out?
A comeback.
A comeback. We need Ashland to probably score and really
comeback, you know?
get this game going a little bit. They've got their chances.
Couple goals.
Ashland's kind of probably had 3 goals or 3 almost goals, or could have been goals, whatever you want to call that, I
they
guess.
Had
but
2 chances to...
That's what, in the first half I felt like they didn't really have chances at the goal. They were creating chances, but not really at the goal. In the second half, there's still 3 chances.
Hot dogs and pretzels in the concession stand until they're all gone.
The thought of food just caused Jesse to stop mid-sentence.
Absolutely.
There. Half off at the concession stand.
Calling to see wait to see what the announcement was. If it was free, I might have thrown the headset and run down there real quick.
Little extracurriculars there on Ashland's going to be a foul.
I got to find a restaurant that's open late once we're done here in Ashland.
There is a Popeyes in the Oasis.
Oh my gosh, it sounds like a nightmare.
Maybe to the digestive system.
Yeah,
It's been going down.
I've had some Popeyes. There. I know we have no food sponsors tonight,
we
so
do not.
no free shout-outs.
Get yourself
I'm
some
just
Doritos.
going home
Get
to
yourself
eat my
some
food.
Doritos or some
from
baked
Frito-Lay.
Lays. Yeah, there you go.
I'll be enjoying a nice Frito-Lay snack tonight at 2 in the morning. Pancake does well to keep it in play here. Ashland's going to have to pick up some pace here. You got 13 minutes to play. They've had a few chances in the second half, but you've got to get one to just kind of make the game feel like it's put some pressure on Northview.
Probably between 65-70% possession for Ashland. I really haven't seen Northview. Well, now.
Yeah, Northview's kind of resulted.
Minutes.
Yeah, it's kind of changed. The first 10 minutes was all Ashland, I felt like. Then Northview got some chances. Now it's kind of swinging back to Ashland a little bit. And really, it's been Northview that's letting Ashland back in the game. I mean, what they were so good at in the first half was keeping the ball, and their possession was resulting in good opportunities. And now a lot of the time they win the ball here, and it's
Kinda
turnovers within 2 or 3 passes.
lead,
Absolutely, yeah. Yeah, complacency, fatigue. The game's kind of just got a little bit of a funny feel to it right now. So it really is. You got to rely on. There's another careless turnover that we saw none of that in the first half from these guys.
It's a 3-on-3. Nice
It's a great tackle. Yeah, you heard the coach there. The midfield's got a little lazy off the ball, telling Rami to check. Wow, the guts to go one-on-one with no supporting back there, and he did it. Took him and then played it away. But yeah, this is not what Northview wants. This is not their style of just drilling the ball and seeing what happens at the end of it. The first half they were so good. Let's see what we get here. It's gonna be a free kick for Ashland. With Danny in the middle and Rami, and I think Evan might have been the other one. They just really controlled the middle, and they weren't giving the ball away. But now it's 2 or 3 passes, and it's right back to Ashland. And you have to think at some point Ashland's going to get a goal with just the way the game's gone a little bit. See if Garrett can get a free kick in the box here. It's not quite what he wants. A little bit of a mishit, and that might be problematic. That's Rami going forward, and Northview's getting some numbers up as well.
Question is, what will one of those names you mentioned be our MVP tonight, Jesse?
Obviously, you've got some goal scorers in the mix there, but they've just been a solid team.
Yeah, 5 minutes in, Aiden Brown with the first goal, and right now that's the deciding goal.
Yeah. Caden with a good bit of skill there, keeps possession. Sebastian's on the wing.
Into the box, but headed back.
Yeah, not quite deep enough there. That's kind of one of those fatigue crosses. You just don't quite hit it hard enough. I don't believe Sebastian's been out of the game at all, and so you've played 60 minutes or so, and got some subs checking in.
11 minutes left.
Dane Stowe checking the game for the first time. I believe just a sophomore, but he's got some speed. He's got some ability. Might just kind of see, hey, what can you do in a setting like this, and kind of earn your minutes in these moments.
For you folks that haven't had enough of our streams tonight, guess what? After this live stream, we will have the Pigskin preview show. Tonight, after the end of this one, we'll have the Friday night Pigskin football preview show with myself, Brian Skoronsky, Garrett and Storm, Madeline Zizzuto.
Alan Ashland, free kick coming for Northview.
Coming up after the game. Preview some of our teams around the area.
Final from StarTech Field is Clear Fork Girls 2, Madison 1.
Oh,
so quite the
Lady
game
Colts
over there.
A big win.
Yeah, the games between Clear Fork, Madison, Ontario this year are just going to be so much fun, so much talent on the field. And obviously Lexington's in the mix. They did it last year. That's a good hit.
Big shot right at Pancake.
Shot by Xavier.
Xavier Hale with a great shot there.
Xavier Hale, saved by Justin Pancake.
Ball's going to probably sail out of bounds.
Outkicked his coverage that time.
I'm assuming that's a football term. I'm not super familiar with that.
Yes.
I'm just kidding.
Yes, absolutely. I could have gone with the pancake pun too, but I went with the football term right there.
I think the Browns play tonight too, if I'm not mistaken.
Steelers play tonight, yeah. Steelers play tonight, yeah.
Are you a Steelers fan, Travis?
I'm from Pittsburgh, the
Oh,
Pittsburgh
you're
area.
from West Virginia.
It's 45 minutes from the
Pick
city.
a state.
Literally, you can go from Ohio through West Virginia to Pennsylvania in 10 minutes from where I live.
I have no desire to do any of that. I'm just staying right here in Ohio. Just kidding. I'm sure West Virginia's nice. I think Pittsburgh. I don't know what you're claiming this. I'm not doing both of those. If any restaurants give free food, I'll be in that area soon. West Virginia, Pittsburgh, Ashland. Concession stand. I don't know.
Jesse is hungry, folks. Get a substitution here with 8:20 left. I mean, we haven't been talking like we've been calling 2 soccer matches back to back here tonight or anything like that.
Another debut for Ashland. Louise stepping in again at the speed and pace as well.
Also for Ashland, number 2, Luke Driscoll.
Rami checking out of the game. Interesting just watching his minutes. I thought the first half was probably by far the best player. Second half, His activity rate wasn't quite as high, but certainly a good player, but played limited minutes.
Northview throw in by J.J. Ortega.
Under 8 to play. If Ashland wants a chance at this, they're going to have to score now.
Yeah, I think you want JJ to look to goal there. There was no need for the combination play. You kind of ran out of room, but anything big into the box would have been fun for Northview.
You know, if you get out here quick enough, you could probably go down to the Midway at the Richland County Fair and get yourself a funnel cake or something like that, Jesse.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Some hot dog on a stick. You know, you'd probably love that stuff.
I'm a bit of a foodie, Travis. You're not exactly speaking my language right now. Xavier Hale, again, just good control in the middle, just kind of turning players around. There's the composure we haven't seen from Northview in a minute, just keeping the ball. A little slow on the release, though. The work rate of Berenson's been incredible in the second half, and just you see him come back there. A couple turnovers from Luis there.
That one's going to be kicked out right at our broadcast position. But one, it takes time off the clock.
For Ashland, 23, Caden Howman for Northview.
It's a souvenir that our cameramen will not give back.
Did they catch it is the question.
Ashland throwing Carson O'Brien.
Ooh!
Sebastian Roberts took it right in the chest, just kind of
knocked the wind out of him.
Yep.
Oh, and almost got crushed. We want to talk unlucky. Youch.
I think I caught him by surprise. Yeah, definitely hit him clean. Oof. That's a tough out.
Did you hear that bang just a minute ago?
In the game for Ashland, 16, Dane Stowe.
Just hope it's a stinger, nothing else.
Yeah, I'm sure it can't. Dane Stowe check back in the game then. It's a huge throw from Northview. It is going to stick out of bounds.
Ashland throwing Carson O'Brien.
I saw the referee signal Northview. I was confused, but he must have just been not sure what he was doing, actually.
Under 6 to play.
It's a big ball out there by Gary. You know, they're not looking to combine too much there, just trying to hit the ball long and get forward. Oh, trying to find Dane Stowe.
Great feet there by Northview to keep that from happening.
Northview just controlling the middle right now. Kind of worked back into that rhythm of just being confident on the ball, turning in the open space there.
Oof.
So Jesse comes off his line well there. Is a good step there. Doesn't hit it cleanly, but does enough to disrupt it and not let him shot off.
Out on Northview, throwing coming for the Arrows. Will be taken by Braden Martin.
So Ashland will get a throw in here.
Braden's got a big throw, but obviously he's probably the biggest target out there too, so you kind of figure that out a little bit. Kind of a line drive, good flick on, but nobody on the backside. Ashland had 4 or 5 players past the front post. Nobody covering the back post.
And that's booted away. Under 5 now to go.
Touch by Gary. Recovers it, but puts it right back to Northview. Who's going to drive right at Ashland. The instructions are clear from the Northview bench. You don't need to go forward and hard. You just got to keep the ball. That's what they do.
Retreat, reverse.
Yeah, just
move,
keep it.
Retreat,
Keep it is the
reverse,
key
move,
word.
yeah.
Yep, you don't just recognize where the space is, where the pressure's coming from. There it is. All right, Northview can end the game in this setting right here if they're composed.
And even after that, you lull Ashland to sleep. He might get a chance
Ooh.
to really put it away, too.
That was the right run from Xavier Hale on the outside. Just misplayed that ball a little bit. But it's right back to Northview again. Now they did go big, but Gary George covered it nicely. Yeah, he's played well for a freshman going up against a top-quality team. But he's won a lot of the balls he's supposed to win. He's getting the ball out of the back. I think some of his free kicks he'll want to have back. A couple miss hits there, but he's done a nice job.
Big run here. Lost the handle, though. Kicks it out of bounds. 3:30 left. And we'll get a stoppage of time for a substitution.
Game for Northview, number 17, Jonathan Krolak.
While we have a moment, time to thank our sponsors, Sutton Bank. Earn the cash reward of your choice for doing simple activities with Casasa. Frito-Lay, we are driven and inspired by our purpose, food that matters for life's moments. Scout Construction Services, LLC. With more than a decade of business, you can trust Scout Construction with your roofing and siding needs. Call Scout Construction for more information at 419-989-7240. Bo Lacey Construction. Experience you can trust, done right, and on time. Thank you all for sponsoring tonight's Football Friday Night season opener.
Brady Anderson went down with a little bit of a knock there, and
here's a chance to put it away, and
I cannot believe he didn't hit the ball. Oh my goodness!
Pancake.
I think he was trying. Yeah, pancake. Hey, pancake came off his line.
On him.
Just waiting for the ball to maybe get to his feet, maybe, but he just like walked it in and just never shot it. That's he's gonna want that one back.
There has been a cell phone found in the women's restroom. It is in the concession stand if you're missing your cell phone.
And not a good sign for
Sebastian
Ashland,
Roberts.
as Roberts is heading off with the trainer right now. Hopefully it's just precautionary. The coaches weren't going to put him back in with 3 minutes left and just to get it checked out, but he was motioning towards that collarbone shoulder area. So
yeah, it'd be interesting, maybe, because it was a shot from a ball, so it could have been just a bruised chest or anything. There's a lot of things.
Bone bruise or something.
You don't want to speculate too much there because we don't know what we're talking about in the medical field, but
yeah.
Obviously we can see him walking away with the trainer, and he's certainly in some pain.
And maybe that it was the right place. Maybe knocked the shoulder out of place a little bit. We don't know. Like I said, we're not doctors. We're just commentators. So
yeah. I did say it at Holiday Inn Express last night, though, so I feel like I got a pretty good idea.
Perfect. Oh, well done, Mr. Ryder.
We're just under 2 minutes to go.
So it's looking like Northview's going to come out here with another victory over the Arrows of Ashland to start off the season. We're going to get a foul against the Arrows, so more time's going to be taken off the clock as we hit 90 seconds.
A foul happened at 1:40. Let's see when the free kick is actually taking place here. Northview knows this game pretty well.
Well, it looks like the ball accidentally got bumped back to the keeper, so he's going to slowly move his way back up.
Yeah, he knows it. He was wasting time with 10 minutes to go in the first half, so he knows this game. And you can see where they spot the ball. He's intentionally put it ahead of the referee and checking with the referee.
Yeah. That was a 25-second free kick.
There's some veterans out here. They know this game a little bit.
That's going to get kicked almost by our broadcast position once again. Quick restart. Off goes Ashland, but it's going to get kicked into the parking lot.
Northview's new strategy is put all the balls in the cornfield, and hopefully Ashland can't find them. There's going to be a chance here at the end.
Cross right into Sagace's hands.
Hutch has done a nice job. He's played well. I mean, obviously picked up that weird indirect kick down there, but I mean he knows what he's doing. He's been consistent. He's made all the right plays. He's come off his line well.
Ooh, big whiff. 30 seconds left.
No, I bring in 4 cameras and then I just crop all of the edges that aren't that I don't want. Excuse me. But it's not through the switcher. I can't do that through the switcher.
Big boot inside, but nobody home. And that'll probably do it.
8, 7,
so Northview
5, 4,
gets a win here on Football Friday night. They defeat the Ashland Arrows 2-0. We'll take a break. When we come back, our MVP as well as the Scout Construction post-game show. You're watching Football Friday night right here live and free on the OH Report.
Instead of paying for some big-name spokesperson, Kasasa Checking gives that money back to you in cash rewards. In fact, you just bought me this cup of coffee. See how that works? Amazing! Free checking, cash rewards. Take back banking with Kasasa.
Having Frito-Lay variety packs is a lot like having kids. You get a lot of flavor packed into small packages. And it's impossible to pick a favorite. Whoa! Yeah, definitely impossible to pick a favorite.
Frito-Lay variety packs. Packed